Hello everybody, this is PGA or Paul G and Adam from Backend DevOps. My honors graduation project is a grocery list, and in today's day and age that's pretty relevant to most of us. The basic functionality, I'll just run through the site real quick and then I'll go back to the code. Basically, if you press the grocery list heading, it will take you to the grocery list page. Any of the items, they go to a detailed page which you can edit with a nice message heading, or you can delete and you'll have a nice, you have to, one of the issues I had was you have to actually cancel it by going to the grocery list heading. It doesn't just cancel itself. I'm working on the timing. You can add new grocery items, and you can add something you already had. And price and a budget. The reason I added a budget was I oftentimes like to compare what something one week to the other costs, and I thought that would be kind of handy to work with. I also signed the page, which is kind of nice. Let's look at the code real quick. The basic project starts. It's essentially done with Django. The whole thing is using a SQLite 3 database with a standard Docker approach with a Docker file. It doesn't have Docker Compose. I did use PyTest, and let's see, and I got a README in here as well. The testing is also up, and that's why I'm mentioning it now, is also up. Let me show you on GitHub, and I have a CI continuous integration loop that runs whenever I upload, and because whenever I push my code, so it's kind of handy. So the grocery project, here's the settings file, and you can see where my configuration is for the app. That config was kind of funny because this tile was actually suggested by Django itself when I tried to add the config and do my migrations. It apparently you can't have spaces in it or any sort of thing. And let me show you the model. Sure enough, I, like a bonehead, put a space inside my class, and so I had to do this meta, this verbose name. I had to be a certain way, and so that was kind of a pain for a while when I'm trying to figure it out. The funny part was most of the instructionals and most of the stuff that we did was usually kind of almost hello world-ish, and so what I needed to work with was character field, text field, which a lot of people do, but then I needed decimal field, and I wanted some sort of a date time so that each one of them could have a date added, and I just put that inside the detail page. And the decimal field had some funky things that happened with it, and these two, the decimal places and the max digits, have to have it or it doesn't work at all, and the migrations will fail. So that was another hurdle that I went through. The tests are just basic CRUD tests using the fixtures that we studied, and let's actually, we already mentioned that, these are the two basic views of the home page. Then we have our CRUD. And our CRUD, those pages are basically, they're basically based on these. If we look at the templates, we can see base template with the messaging schema that everything else gets plugged into using their fun scripting from Django. That was fun to learn. Here's the home page. It brings the two things in: grocery item, the price, and then we have a detail page, which then gets formed out in the form page so that we can render the submit form. And then we have a confirm delete page. This is an extra page that I had to go and look up on a bunch of different sites to figure out. We did, for the URLs, use pretty much a standard one from class, and I did use the admin site actually actively did use that during the project. I'm hoping if I take the full stack class to basically do this with some other technologies, but I actually do like the idea of this grocery app. I really appreciate you listening, and I bid you good day.